Haripriyanka ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll start, ma'am.
Yeah, I think, sir.
Sir has also come.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Good morning, one and all. Good morning, Nikhil, sir. Welcome to our program webinar today. Route to software product development. So I'll just give a brief introduction about the speaker. Good morning to all my dear faculty members, my colleagues. So sir is a lead software developer in Virtusa, working in Virtusa right now, and he has a experience of 10 years in product development in various companies like Wipro, Cognizant, Capgemini, etc. So I welcome sir and I ask him to take over the session. Nikhil sir.
Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot for inviting me. So, good morning, all. So, let me just, as ma'am said, so myself, Nikhil, I work for Virtusa right now. So, I did have 10 years of experience, 10 plus years of experience overall in IT. I did my BTech from NIT Trichy and MTech from IIT Madras. So I've been working for a couple of companies, both the product-based and service-based companies. Recently, I moved to a new company called Clarivate Analytics, where my joining is coming to be very soon. It's a product-based company. So as the ma'am asked me to take up a session which can enhance your skill set, understanding what is the market standards in IT, especially. So there's a reason I would like to take a few complete session on what is software development lifecycle, how exactly we could implement this kind of software development process in real time in companies. So let us start. So I want to make the session to be more uh, an interactive session rather be on one part, because this is something that is a very generic topic. It doesn't have any specific methodology to teach. It is complete a generic topic where you can come up with your own questions. You can raise multiple questions of your own, because obviously people who are in BTech, because I did my BTech as well. So people who are into IITs and IITs and big engineering colleges over India, so they have a plan of creating their own platform, creating their own startup, or building their own product. So here I could give you a very clear route of how to start a project, or how to make your ideation into a process implementation, so that you can make it available to the users who can, in real time, people can utilize your products. So I want to make it be more interactive way rather than be on one end me teaching. So it is not your general classes, so I don't want to take it like your the one way class as you get in your classroom. So it should be like interactive session. I want everyone to be more interactive over here. You can ask me any questions. I'll try to give you answers accordingly. So is that fine? Can I start?
Yes sir. Yes, you can start.
Yes. So fine. So let us be more I don't want to be on one end. I want to be more jovial on the part, to understand, to make you understand your view or your thought process of how you are thinking. So a lot of people from your batch itself, or your people who has joined from the audience itself, has an ideation or has some idea of creating their own products, or building their own applications, or building their own products. Okay, so a lot of people has the ideation, but they don't know how to make it in into real time, or make it use for the users, for the market usage. Okay, for that purpose, so we need to have a process. So we had a complete process where we can able to uh, create the ideation, from the ideation to make it useful to all the end users. So how do we make that product from the scratch? So what are the different skill set that is required for anyone? So you have an idea. So what are the technologies that you need to learn in order to make that idea developed, or what are the different stakeholders involved in the product in order to make it useful to the market? So how do you reach to a customer? How do you make customer to make your product utilize? So there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of things that will be there as part of your process. So let us take so let us make it more clear to the process. So let me just open my slide. I hope people can see my screen. Hope you can able to see my screen, everyone.
Uh, yes, sir.
Can you able to see my screen? Yes.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yeah. See, guys, please be more interactive. Okay, you can ask me any questions. Okay, I would be giving you a complete idea of how to create a product. Okay, not into technical terms. It's all about an ideation or the process terms. So you can reach out to me for technical terms as well when you want to build a product and what technologies you require, how to make it and all. You can reach me later. So let me start with the process. So first thing, the first step in any product development is something called ideation. See, if you want to create any product, so you need to have an idea, you need to have a unique idea. So ideas, a lot of people have ideas, but unique idea is something that you have to think which can change the market, which can have a capability, or which can have a standardization that you can make into the market. So that is something called ideation. The first step of product development is all about ideation. So there are a lot of innovative ideas that we get. So someone wants to build a system where it can recognize your face, and based on the face recognition you can able to give your attendance as part of your college terms is concerned. So by seeing your face itself, the computer can recognize. So instead of you going and keeping your thumb and getting the attendance, so it can recognize your face and then it will give you attendance. So that is one area that you can focus on. So there are some of new implementations of AI and ML which are there in the market nowadays. So you should have a complete ideation. You need to have an ideation which should be unique, which cannot be, I mean, which is not already existing. Because in order to make your product more standard or more uh, avail to the users, or make users to understand, make users to make it used, so you should have a unique idea, you should have a idea that can be implemented. So these two things are very important. So you cannot have any ideas that is something that cannot be implemented. So you should have an idea that can have some implementation part. So the first step of product development, any company, no matter it's a small company or a big company, so they go with something called ideation. The first thing is ideation. So once you get ideation, suppose think that you have an idea to build a product. You have an idea to build a product. So what you do, you can make that idea in a prototype, or you try to create some kind of basic research of that idea. You have to go to the market and then understand whether is there any similar product which is existing to my ideation, or my idea can be implemented. Is there any process that it can be implemented, or is there any other similar products which are already existing in the market? Are there any competitors to the same process or the same ideation which I have, or there are any process which are using in a similar way which can able to enhance, or is there any integrations I have to make in the market so that my ideation can be made unique in the market? So you need to have a proper idea, you need to have a proper idea how to create a product, or you need to have a proper idea what is your product is all about. Okay, the ideation is something that should have some sense of implementation. That is called ideation. Ideation should be unique. Ideation should be standardized. Ideation should be robust. Ideation should be, could be implementable. So you have an idea that cannot be implemented. Nowhere it cannot be a product. So the first product development process is ideation has to be unique. It should be implementable. It should be standard. It should be more scalable. See, today there are 100 people using your application. Tomorrow there are 10,000 or 1 crore, 10 crore people uses your application. 10 million, 20 million, or hundreds of million people uses your application. Still your application shouldn't break. So you need to have an ideation that has a process that can be in a very longer side. You need to have a 4-side scope or you should have a future scope of what your application is. That is the first step of what is called ideation. So once your idea is made, you're clear with your idea, then you need to go into the investigation. What is that slide speak out? Detailed investigation. So what is meant by investigation here? Investigation is something you need to check up how this product can be made, how this product, what are the different, is there any research papers of such been built in similar way? Okay, is there any papers that are published? I mean, in terms of your way, I'm just saying, is there any similar products that are existing? Are there any competitors that are existing? If there are competitors, then what is the level of their development? How can I make it unique? How can I make it more standard? So there are a lot of questions that you need to ask yourself, because see, a product cannot be made successful until it is been implemented or until it has been released in market. So these things has to be there with the entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a person who wants to start a company, you need to keep all these things in your mind. You're not supposed to disclose, and people don't believe you. People never believe you until it is made in a product, until this is made as a product. People only believes you when you make that is implementable and been reached in the market. So all these things, whatever you're doing, has to be kept in your mind, and you need to do a huge research, huge market research in order to make it. So what I mean to say here is, yeah, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So what I mean to say here is, an ideation should be made for yourself. You're not supposed to disclose, because there are a lot of competitors with you who can use the same idea and can implement the product. So you should have a complete ideation. You should do your own research. You should make your own investigation. You should make your own competitors, understand your competitors products, understand it more deeply, make sure that you are the unique, you are bringing something unique that is not there in the market, that has a scalable, that is a scalable product, that is having larger scope. See, you cannot develop something that is only for you. You have to think for next 10 years, 20 years, where is your company going to be, or where is your product going to be. So you need to have that things in your mind, making sure that you need to have a foresight scope, understanding how exactly your product is made into market. So you need to think in such a way, my ideation, will that make some difference in the market? My ideation is going to be implementable. My ideation is going to be a scalable. My ideation is going to be robust. My ideation is going to be reliable. All these things has to be understandable. You need to think, you need to make some research, you need to do some investigations, you need to find out your competitors, you need to find out the market stakeholders who can implement that product. See that there are some products which cannot be implementable by one company, they need help of other company. So you need to also think of, is there any companies that can support me in order to make this. All these things has to be done priorly, and you need to create a prototype. Prototype is a complete steps. You write it, what has to be done. See that you have ideation now, you have investigation done, you're clear down, your market research is done. So now you came into a picture where your product is clear to you. You know what is your product, what is your so what I mean to say, okay, this is especially for the entrepreneurs who wants to make their company. Okay, what I'm teaching now, later I'll say when you're a software engineer what to do. So for people who wants to become entrepreneurs, who has some unique idea with them, for them I'm trying to say this. Okay, so whatever the ideation you have, you need to be more clear with that ideation. You need to have a prototype. Prototype is something that you need to explain to the investor, saying that, sir, this is what we are going to do. We have an idea, we have reached to these customers, You have to make some sense in market. You have to make some ideation. See, you cannot go directly to an investor, say that, sir, we want this funding, we have ideation, we can make it. So, no, that doesn't work. So you need to make a prototype, you need to make a working, at least a POC you need to make. POC is something that is limited for maybe for a limited users. Suppose think that you want to make an application, you want to make an product, you want to make a software application, okay, that can able to recognize your face and give you attendance, okay, maybe for your company. So you want to reach colleges to make this, you want to reach multiple different stakeholders, okay. So what do you do? For that purpose, you need to be very clear what is your product, how your product is going to make difference in the product, how that product is going to help the lifestyle of the colleges which you are giving, the customer lifestyle, whether that is more reliable, whether that is making some difference in profitization for you as well, they are getting any benefits out of it. So all these things has you have to think. I'm especially saying for the entrepreneurs who wants to make some difference, okay. So that is what important. You need to know your customers, you need to know the capability of your product, you need to have a long foresighted view, you need to have something called you know unique idea, unique implementation process. You need to have a prototype. That means a POC that should be made from you, and then you can reach the customers or you can reach the investors. You can reach the investors. There are a lot of fundings, angel fundings, Series B funding, Series funding happens in across the cities. Okay, they'll call for new innovation ideas. You can reach out to them. We have T Hub in Hyderabad. We have a couple of venture capitalists that are existing in India, especially in Hyderabad. I can name them few of them. Okay, if you want, you can reach them directly. So they are ready to invest, but you should have a unique idea that can make some sense in the market. Because people who wants to invest in your product I will think in two things. One is they want to know whether your product will give profits to them. Okay, that is something called ROI. So whenever they are investing something, they have request they need some return back amount of that. Whatever the amount they are investing, they want within some span of time they want the return back. And what is the scope of your product? They will see this product is going to live in the market, handling the beating the competitors, whether it can withstand in the market for long years. That is what the companies think. Every investors think only two things. They want their money back and also make profits. And two things is whether this product is really going to make some sense in the market. So for that, you need to make all the research. You need to explain them, you need to convince them, making sure that this product is going to make some difference. It is not there in market. It is going to make some really great sense in the market. Got it, right? So now I want you people to ask me questions if you have any of such. Okay. I'm ready to help you. So this is 2 points.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Where should be the research done, sir? I mean, where should we look for the app similar to our developing app?
See, there are a lot of sources. There is no such source called, there is no such source where you can search for your product. That is up to you to go through multiple internet sources. There are a lot of internet. You can search for similar products of your ideation. Okay, you can go and check it in multiple websites. There are a lot of blogs that are being written, which can give you some idea of is there any similar ideations of such. So there is no particular website which I can help you out in understanding, but there are certain, you can go through any sources, internet sources, and see whether your product of such what you're thinking is existing or not. If it is a similar way, then you are not going to make sense. Okay, you're not going to make big. Your product is not going to stay long. So you need to be very clear that your product is something unique. I mean to say it's not something that is different. It should make some sense in market. It should make some difference in market in terms of making you getting profits and in terms of making some customers happy. See, what is a product? What is a product development? Why you get ideation of product development? The ideation comes only when the users are facing some problems. Whenever there is some backlog. So what I mean to say, suppose think that I'm not able to pay money through my Paytm or PhonePe through some account using scan. So I want to use some other ways of paying money without even that. I want to scan a barcode. Without barcode, I can just, whenever my eyes should scan it, something like that, I'm saying. So you can come up with some ideations and that should have some reliable source which can be implemented. Okay. You need to have some reliable stores which can be implemented. Okay, you cannot have some idea that is not implementable. You should have an idea that can be implementable. Only then that comes as a product, right? So that should be unique, and that should make some sense in the market. That should make some difference. It should make some prior difference in the market. So that is a big thing that you need to focus on. So you can go with any sources. There are no particular sources of such. You can go with any sources. You can go for internet and search for your similar products. You'll get lot of. Nowadays everything is available in internet. Okay, but when it comes to companies don't do that way. Companies has a lot of third party sources. They have some analytical sources. There are some companies which can give you analytics. Okay, they'll give you the complete sources. They'll give you some similar companies which have the product. They'll give you the statistic. They'll give you the valuations. So they will reach to that companies. There are certain companies like analytic companies which are existing, which can give you forums, which can give you ideas of details of similar companies of such your idea. Okay, so they will give you the ideation. They will give you the information. Yeah, anyone have any doubts?
No, sir. Euler is one such company which gives analytics.
Yes. So there are a couple of companies which are existing, Clarivate Analytics, so which can give you some ideation, or which can give you a complete idea of whether you can go with this product or not. So they'll give you some ideas. So after that is done, then now you are ready to make your prototype. That means you are ready to make your ideation. You have made a POC. So what is a POC? POC is something that is going to show, you're going to show to the customer, sir, we have made some similar product, which is not a complete product, maybe a demo piece, okay, which will really make some sense. So that means you have to go and demo that product to the investors. You don't have money. If you have money, you can directly go and invest and start your product. But when you don't have money, the only way you go is lot of startup companies in the world. You can see, a lot of startups, like, my friend was one of the, Interview Bit. You have seen a company called Interview Bit. So my friend, my senior from my company, NIT Trichy, my college, NIT Trichy is my senior to me. He has started a company called Interview Bit. It was going in a very great way. Textbook.com is one of my colleague from IT Madras. So he is my friend. He's my senior as well. So there are a couple of startups which have been created from my near sources. So what I mean to say, you should have some unique ideation, and that has to be implemented. They have went for a huge fundings. They went for series fundings, lot of series fundings. So you can even still go for that. Anyone can go for a funding, but making sure that you are unique in the market. So you need to show some prototype to them. Making sure that that prototype is giving idea about what your company is. Okay, what your company and what you're going to do. So the investor should believe you only by seeing your prototype. Okay, you need to make some prototype before you reach to any investor. This is a mistake people does. A lot of companies does mistake before reaching to the investors. They have idea, but they will not have any prototype. So investors are not going to believe you until you have a prototype. You cannot say, sir, I have idea, I'll build this. People don't believe it. You have to say, sir, I have idea, I've implemented to this. If you give me chance, I'll implement to a very huge level. Got it, right? This is the way you have to invest. You have to go and approach the companies. The companies is not going to give you fundings by just hearing your ideas. Okay, don't just go and give an ideation to the people. So you just need to have a proper prototype or a proper demo model which has to be made. POC has to be made on that ideation what you have, and then you reach to the customers, you to the angel investors. Then they are ready to invest. Okay, so after that, once this is done, then you need to now think that you have a company. And I'm saying this is for entrepreneurs, people who wants to start their own product development. So I'll come with the next step. I'll go with people who wants to work in a company, maybe a product based company or a service based company, how it is going to be different. So now it is for only entrepreneurs, the part which I'm saying now. So first step is ideation, second step is research, third step is investigation, knowing your competitors and all. Fourth step is what? Fourth step is you are trying to, suppose investors has invested some money in you. So what you do, as soon as investors does, what the companies will do, companies will start increasing the headcount. So what do you mean by that? They start increasing the hiring the people. They start hiring people. See, right? Some of people say I'm working in a startup. So why you work in a startup? Startup has some idea. It got funding from some companies, and now some investors. Now they started hiring people. So they start hiring multiple people who are required for a company. Got it, right? Who are required for a company? See, you have a product, you have an idea, you have a prototype. Now you need someone who can build that product. Okay, now you need someone who can build that product. So that product can be built by developers. There are developers who can build the product. You need to hire the developers who are very good in UI, who are very good in backend. See, you need to have a proper UI, right? So you want to reach that to your users. Users cannot just see. You have a proper UI, you have a proper user interface, you have a proper look of your application. Only then people are liking. Okay, people don't like if your application is very good in quality but doesn't look good. So you need to hire someone called. You need to hire someone called who are the people required. I'm just opening my notepad. See, who are the people required? So there will be someone called developers. So there will be developers. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So developers are two types in terms of technologies. One are front-end developers and back-end developers. So front-end developers who are very good in some skills. What are the skills they require? They need to have all the front-end technologies like HTML. See, these are all your things which you want to make your career. If you want to be a single developer, you need to learn all these technologies, guys. CSS, Bootstrap, Ajax, JavaScript, Angular, TypeScript. There are a lot of languages, okay, which you need to learn. Okay, Node.js. You don't need to learn all these things, but if you want to be a strong developer in the market, you need to know all these things. You can able to see, right? You need to have front-end developers. Front-end developers should have all these things. Okay, till here, because Angular comes into a different process now. It can handle both and that and this. So you need to have all this front-end technologies. Then there's someone called back-end developers. Okay? There are someone called back-end developers. See, what is front-end developers? Front-end developers are responsible to build a proper UI. See, suppose you are creating an application like Flipkart. You need to have a proper UI, right? You need to have a dashboard. You need to have a login logout page. You need to have a cart page. You need to have very good looking all my products visible in my home page. Okay, you need to, whenever you click on it, it should open a new page. That page should have add to cart option. When I click on it, it should move to the payment. So all these things, who is going to do? All this UI look, whatever the UI that you see in your mobile, who is going to do? This has been done by UI developers. They are also called as front-end developers. We say front-end. Front-end is something that can be visible on the front-end side. Okay, so these people are responsible for that. So now the back-end developers comes into picture. Who are back-end developers? Back-end developers are those who write the logics. What is the logic here? What are the different logics we implemented? See, if you want to click, if you're trying to buy an application or a product in Flipkart, you go and click on that item, right? Whenever you click on that item, what it is going to do? It is going to move to a cart page. Yes or no? When you're trying to click on something called a product which is available, you want to buy a mobile. You click on that mobile, it is going to move to a page. It is going to move to a different page where that page has some add to cart option. So the logics has to be written by whom? The logics has to be written by the backend developers. Backend developers are responsible for what? Backend developers are responsible for making sure where the data should go, from where the data to where the data has to go. Got it right? From the data has to move from where to where. Got it right? The data has to move from where to where. This has been understood, or this has been said by the backend developers. So they should have good idea on Java. If you are using Python, PHP they can use for any other language. They can use any other backend programming languages, okay, or scripting languages. they can go with backend languages. Okay, there are a lot of frameworks that are available. So like Angular, we have Hibernate. So there are a lot of frameworks. In Python, if you see, there are Django framework. There are a lot of frameworks that are available. So now I have front end and back end. So suppose there are thousands of users who are logging into my application. Got it right? In my application, there are thousands of users logging and logging out every day. Where do I store my data, boss? See, I have registered. I have given a registration for. I have given a registration form. Okay, in my Flipkart. Whenever I log in, it is saying me register now. I'm filling all my details. Okay, when the next time when I want, I don't need to go and fill all my details again for registration. What I do, I just go and give my login details, right? Then I can easily log into my application. This is what every common in every application. So how this login details are validated? They should be stored somewhere, right? They should be stored in some application or some place where I can retrieve the details and I can able to validate it so that I can give a login instead of giving my registration every time. So that is nothing but you say it is a database. So for every application that you build, you need to have this thing. Okay, you can have a SQL, you can have Mongo, you can have a lot of DBs. Okay, there are a lot of DBs that exist. Sorry. So there are a lot of DBs that are existing in the market. So person who wants to develop an application, they need to hire these people who are required here. So this is for they have to hire front-end developers, they have to hire back-end developers, DB engineers, admins. You say you need to have a proper set of people. Now the people comes into marketing. People will come into marketing and sales. People will come into. So client relationship managers will come into picture. Account managers will come into picture. Project managers will come into picture. Okay, then you'll have product owners will come into picture. So there will be business analysts will come into picture. Okay, a lot of the stakeholders have to be there in this project. Business analysts will come into picture. Okay, then there will be something called end users. So you need to have some critics of every of your application. You cannot directly release that into market. You need to have UAT users. You need to have test engineers. You need to have developers. You need to have test engineers who can test that application. Okay, you need to have UAT users, user interface, user acceptance testing has to be done. Then you will release your product into market. I'll explain you, don't worry. Okay, I'll explain you, don't worry. What is this all? See, now think that for entrepreneurs, I'm saying, see, if you want to build a product, you need to do all these things, guys. You cannot just have some ideation. Okay, I can build a product by tomorrow. No, that doesn't going to work. So you need to have all these things. Only then your product is going to sustain long in the market. Okay. So what you need to do? You need to do development. So what is meant by development here? See, you have idea, you have made some investigation, you have known all the things, you have got approval from the investors, and investors are given you money. Now you start using something called development. So in the development only, you have multiple phases. But you have in the development itself, you have multiple phases. What are the phases? You have requirement analysis. Right? People, you have studied SDLC life cycle, right? Everyone has studied SDLC life cycle. Which year you are? Which year you are? Hello? Which year you are? Everyone?
They are mixed, sir. Second, third, and final year. Third year and final year, they have gone through this SDLC.
Yes. Yeah. So third year and final year, they would have gone. People who has idea on it, I'm going to say. Who doesn't have idea, it's fine. They will understand what the process. So in the development, see, now my application is reached to approval prompt. So approval is reached. Now I'm in a picture to make this more available into the market. So I want to develop this application. In order to develop this application, you need to have all these things. You have got a request to the proposal. Okay, there is some document that will be provided from the client. You need to do requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, deploy, and production support. So what is that actually? What is that is? So first two steps are done. In the third step, we have this one. Okay, we have this one. This is the third step. So what happens? You want to develop an application. You started hiring all these people. You started hiring front-end developers, back-end developers, database engineers. Okay. Now you need to once this has been done, so you have to make sure that these people can make your vision complete. See, you have a vision, right? You are a owner of a company. You are a startup CEO. Now you need to understand. You need to create whatever your vision is there, whatever your think process is there. That according to that process, you need to make your developers to work, your test engineers to work, your people to work accordingly and make your product ready, right? For that, what you do, there is a process. You need to give a proposal. You need to give a complete proposal. You need to hire someone called business analyst and product owner. So you are a product owner. Who are a product owner? Because product owner is someone called who is responsible for the product. Okay. Here the product owner is you. Product owner who is responsible for the product. So you are a product owner. Who are you? You are a product owner. See, this is going to be something like technical, but don't think it is a technical. This is an ideation I'm giving you. Whoever wants to be, who wants to create their own companies, build their own startups, they need to know all these things. Otherwise, they can't make it. It is not just a game of people. I mean, game of limited people. It's a game of lot of people. Lot of stakeholders comes into picture when you want to create your own company. Okay. You need to convince a lot of them. You need to build a lot of system. So there are a lot of things comes into picture. You are the product owner because you are the owner of the company and you are the product owner here. Normally in different companies, in companies which we are working, there will be a different product owner. But here in your company, you are the product owner. Product owner is someone who is responsible for the product. What you do, you will hire someone called business analyst. You will say, because you will not have any, you will be not involving in every step, right? You will not go and sit with the developers every time, making sure that how much it is done, where it is done, how much still it is pending, how you are doing coding, and all these things you cannot do it. So you will hire someone called business analyst who will have the same ideation as you, okay, who can able to understand your idea, who can implement your ideas. So all the business requirements what you have, you try to share it to the business analyst. So this business analyst is going to give and create the requirements. Okay, this business analyst is going to create the requirements, what to be done, and this requirements will be shared by this business analyst to the developers. Are you getting what I'm saying? See, you are a owner of a company. You are not supposed to involve in every point. You may not have time to involve in the complete product. What you do, you will hire someone called business analyst who has the same vision and who can understand your vision, who can understand your requirements. So you will explain whole things because this person is a MBA graduate. Okay, this person, who is he? He can be a BTech graduate. He can be any degree graduate. But he is someone who is MBA graduate, product owner and business analyst. He is MBA graduate who can able to understand the business terms, who can able to understand the requirements, who can able to make some difference in the market. You hire someone like him and you will try to share your requirements to him. You will try to share the requirements to him, and now he will try to go and explain to the developers. He will go to the developers and explain, boss, you create a system like this, create application in such a way that has some very good UI, that has some good logics, that has a lot of DB required it. Okay, so that people can easily access, users can able to do it. So business analyst is someone who is responsible for it. So what he will do, he will share the requirements to the developers. So once the developers has got it, okay, front-end developers, what it will do, he will try to design the UIs. What the front-end developers will do, see, now my application is having only I have ideation, I have idea, I have went to that idea. After ideation, what I did, after I'm getting the ideation, I'm doing research. I'm doing some research. After doing research, I got to know all my competitors and all the stuff. Then I'll go to investors. I'll make a prototype. Then I'll go to investors. Then investors, once I get the approval, I'll start hiring the people. Got it right? You're getting right? This is a step you have to do. Hiring people. Then once you hire it, so you have to start development. You have to start development. Then you do testing. then you do production, then you do support. Every company in the world is going to do like this. Every company in the world. Okay, no matter. This is for startups, especially startups, startup companies. Okay, this is for startup companies. So we are where here? We are here, boss. Where are we? We are here. Here in development also we have separate steps. In development also, we have requirements. We say it is SDLC life cycle. Requirements, then UI design, front end design. See, in development means it doesn't mean the development of the application, just not to write the code. Okay, I'm saying you development of the complete application, which is going to cover all these things. Okay, this all things are called software development life cycle. Okay, what is this called? Software development life cycle. Now you have got an idea, right? You know how to create a project, right? So the whole thing, the whole project management process is called software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. So software development life cycle is what? All these are called as software development life cycle. Okay. What is this? SDLC. SDLC. Okay. So what is there in SDLC? In SDLC, every company in the world is going to do like this. Every company in the world is going to do like this. Okay. You want to have some ideation, you need to do like this. All this process you need to come. You need to do all this process. Okay. So what happens now? My business analyst, I have got some proposal. I have requested some proposal. I got approval. Once I got approval, I'll go and start to kick off my project. Then I'll get my requirements. Who is going to give requirements? I'm going to give my requirements because this is a product-based company. See, if it is a service-based company, my client is going to give me. I'll explain you what is service-based and product-based companies. Okay. There are two different types of companies which are existing: product-based and service-based companies. So I'll explain you what is product-based and service-based companies. So here in the product-based companies, you are the only person who is going to give requirements because you know what is your product supposed to make. What is your product? So you give the requirements to the business analyst. Now the business analyst is going to take from here. So you are a owner, right? You are a owner of your company. You cannot involve in all the process. You cannot go and watch all the process. What you do, you try to hire someone called business analyst. Okay, he will be actively working on. So what is this person is going to do? He is creating the requirements. He will try to share it to the developers. Design is nothing but UI developers. Front-end developers are called designers. Okay, or you can have UI UX developers. There are separate team called UI UX developers. Or you can say front-end developers also does these things. So they will try to create some high-level and low-level designs. See, how should my application look like? Where my dashboard should be there? Where my login button should be there? Where my logout button should be there? How should my application? What are the different fields I should provide? Login, logout, first name, last name for my registration page. Okay, I have a cart page where my all of products should be. You know, if you're thinking to create say e-commerce website, you need to have a proper how many pages should be there in my application. Each and every application, how many different UI should be there? How should my UI look like? Which color I should put for UI? What is my logo? Where my logo should be placed? Okay, all that complete details of my SDLC process will be done by in the high level design of my team. So my team is going to do the high level design. They'll try to create a complete UI UX design of my application and then they'll share it. So once the UI is made, because they'll not write any code. See, that application is not made still. The application is only it is only made for understanding what is my application. So I have just got my UI pages. I have just got my requirements. I have got my what? I have got my requirements. Okay, I have just got my sample pages. How should my pages look like? Some screenshot of my pages or some basic idea of my diagrams I have got. Now here I will try to move it to the developers. See, developers are very, very important as part of companies. All of you are computer science people or any other branch people are there?
IT.
Yeah, IT and computer science, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then the coding comes into picture. Then as per your vision and mission, people is going to create your application. Okay. Now the coding will come into picture. What is this? The coding will come into picture. Coding will come into picture. The coders will try to code the application. They will develop it. They will develop step by step. So now, before you release into market, this is a startup, which is a product-based startup. There are a lot of product-based startups, product-based startups. Because this is your own product, boss. You are not going to give service to some companies. You're not going to give some help to the companies. You have your own idea. You are making that idea reliable to the market. So you say you have own product. You are going to make that product useful to the customers. You need to know what is your scope of customers. Are you going to give the business to business or business to customers? So there are two ways of business you go for. One is business to business. That means, are you helping the business people, or you are going to give the customers directly the product? Okay, you can. Are you sharing your products to business? See, let me give you example. Qualcomm is a business product based company which is going to give. It is the model of Qualcomm is B2B. It is going to give you the chips, your processor chips, going to the mobile companies, like whatever the companies you see your Redmi, I mean all your MI, all your Apple, lot of other companies are there, right? This Qualcomm is a product based company. They will generate the microprocessors, they will generate the processors, they will give that process to every mobile companies. So the business of it is called B2B, because they are not selling it. Are they selling to you? Are you buying the processors? No, you're not buying the processors. You're buying the phones which has processor. Are you getting right? Everyone is getting right. So you need to know what is your business model first. Business model is something is very important. So this is terminology that is for people who wants to really make some difference in the market, not for everyone. See, I'll give you two examples. If you want to create your own product, or if you want to be a company, work in a company, maybe a product-based or service-based company. If you want to be a software engineer, your mindset will be different. If you want to be a owner of a company who has some ideation, then you need to be actively in both the coding and you need to be actively in the business part as well, getting the customers and all stuff. Okay. If you are a developer, then you don't need to worry of all these things. You need to be strong in your coding. Okay. See, what I mean to say here is, you need to know what is your business model. Is it a B2B process or it a B2C process? If you have B2B process, so you're giving a business to a business who is giving business to customers. So what does Qualcomm company is doing? Qualcomm company is a product-based company. They will manufacture the chips, processors. They will give that processors to all the mobile companies. Now mobile companies use that processors, then they will keep it in their mobile while they develop their mobile, then they will sell to the customers like you and me. So mobile companies are also product-based companies, but their mode of business is B2C. Qualcomm-like companies are also business product-based companies, but their model is B2B. I hope you understood, right? Because they are selling to the business. They are not selling to you directly. They are not selling the process to you. They are selling to the business. They are selling to the mobile companies. Mobile companies are selling to you. They are what? They are B2C companies, business to customer companies. Are you getting right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you need to be very clear what is your product, how to make your product, whether you want to sell it to the companies or you want to sell to the customers directly. So this is very important. After that, you need to, once your coding is done, then you have to do testing. You need to hire a person called, you need to hire test engineers. Especially test engineers are very, very important, because see, people will make mistakes. We are just humans. We are after all humans. We can make huge mistakes. So you need to have someone on the counterpart who can able to, find that mistakes, find that bugs. We say bugs. Okay. There will be a testing team. Every company needs all these people. You cannot create a company without this. Okay? You need to have people who can able to make some difference in the market, who can test that application, who can bring the bugs, who can find the defects of that application. Because developers cannot guarantee every application will work properly. So they will try to just create the application. They will move it to the test engineers. Now the test engineers will come into picture. They will test each and every functionality of my application. They'll go and test everything, whether my application is working properly or not. If 100 people are using, whether it is working or not. 1,000 people are using, it is working or not. Is it breaking somewhere? Is it not working as per the expected? So everything will be done by the test engineers. Test engineers will do all this testing. Once the test engineers will give approval, they will move it to the UAT. This is also covered as a testing only. User acceptance testing. Then what they will do, they will show again the demo piece. See, my demo piece is already done. Demo piece is now the application is ready. Okay, testing is also done. Okay, before I reach to market, what I do, I will go and show to the customers. Who is my customers? My investors. I mean, sorry, who is my company people here? Who is my stakeholders? They are my investors. So I will show to the investors. Investors also will test along with. They will also, you test it to some extent. Or there are some business companies who can test it, or there are some internal teams who can test it before I release into the market. See, I want to release to my market, right? I want to release to my market. Before I release to my market, I have to test it thoroughly as a end user. As I have to think that I am a customer and I have to test it accordingly. So I have to do some testing. That testing, you say it's user acceptance testing. So UAT testing has to be done before I release into market. After that UAT is done, then this people comes into picture. Who is the project manager here? Project manager is someone who is going to see these activities. Who is the project management manager? Tell me, no? Who is the project manager, guys? Project manager is someone who is going to see all this problem. From the requirements, from the UI requirements, from the coding, everything is going properly or not. Okay, who is an MBA graduate? Who is an MBA graduate who is going to think? See, you have a lot of career options. You can be a project manager, you can be a developer who will come into picture here, you can be a test engineer, you can be a front-end developer, you can be a business analyst, whatever you want, guys. Okay, there are a lot of people in a company. You can be a database engineer, you can be a front-end engineer, you can be a back-end engineer, you can be a marketing and sales. No, don't do a small company, don't do MBAs in small companies. See, you want to make it big, make some difference. Do in IIMs or big B schools. Okay, don't do in small schools. After your career option, if you want to go, because there are a lot of options for business also. There are a lot of scope. Okay, if you want to be a developer, obviously your life is going to be very good. Okay, you want to be a developer, you have a long life. You don't need to think of your career for next 30, 40, 50 years as well, because every company needs developers. So you don't need to worry about your job. Got it, right? You don't need to worry about your job. And all people also required. All people are required. All these people are required. Okay, all these people are required for a product, for a company. Got it, right? So now what you will do, you will try to go and give to the marketing people. Marketing people are responsible to market your product. They can do lot of marketing. They have lot of marketing strategies. They have digital marketing strategies. They will try to give advertisements in the digital scope, in a social media, and I mean social scope. That means newspapers and all stuff. I mean direct marketing they'll do. So there are a lot of strategies that follow. I'm not sure about their strategies because I'm not a marketing guy. I'm not a non-technical guy. I'm a pure technical guy. So I'm a pure developer. So I focus only on the development phase. So these people are exactly responsible for bringing the sales and marketing of the product. See, my product is ready, right? I want to release into the market. So before I release into a market, I need to do my marketing. I need to do some sales. After I release my market, I need to have some sales. So I have some CRM managers. Okay, we can also say them as vice presidents. There are a lot of roles that we give in companies. Okay. So client associates, we say client, relationship managers and all stuff. So what this client relationship managers, they have to bring the clients to the company. Okay, they have to talk with the clients, they have to bring the clients, they have to bring the business, especially they have to bring the business. Okay, they have to bring this marketing people will go and say this CRM people, boss, there is a scope of this business in this area, you go and capture that. So these people will go and capture them. Got it, right? Are you getting right? Everyone is getting right? All these steps everyone is getting right? Who are
Yes,
engineers, test engineers, UAT engineers, business analysts, product owner, project managers, CRM managers, marketing, sales, database engineers, front-end developers, back-end developers. Guys, all this consists a product. Okay, what is a product now? A product is not just for a namesake. It's all about something that has a lot of things involved in it. You need to have, CRM managers, marketing and sales people, product owners, business analysts, test engineers, database engineers, front-end developers, back-end developers, okay, project managers, all these things. Then you release that product into the market. Okay, before that, I mean, before and after you need to your product is released, then you need to do support. Even after into a UAT, even after that product is released, you will have lot of errors, because no one in the world can guarantee a product to be 100%. Okay, no one in the world can give you a guarantee to a product. Even it is iPhone, no one will give you a guarantee. Okay? Even iPhone manufacturers doesn't give you guarantee that your application, your iPhone is going to live long, live your life throughout your life. It is going to give you support. No, it will give you. It has some span. It has some span of 10 years, 15 years. Then after it will stop working. So you have to give support. What you need to give? So you get a lot of calls, right? You get calls, sir, how can I help you in your Airtel? All these companies, they give you right support. They give you support. You give suppose your Microsoft, you're working Microsoft, your Windows doesn't work. You go for a service center, you do some service over there. So all this support engineers will come into picture there. Are you clear, right, guys? Startup people who wants to start their company, you need to hire all these people. You need to hire all these people in order to make your product. Then bring the business to your company every day. You need to involve in all these things. A owner has to involve in all these things. It's very difficult to be a owner of a company. Now coming to the very, very important things you need to understand. What is service-based and product-based companies? See, you understood, right? Now I am done with making you understand about how this product, startup product-based companies work. If you have an idea, how to make that idea into a real time. Now, how these companies, what are the different companies that are existing in the market? How these companies are working? So you want to be a software engineer. You want to work as a software engineer in a company. That is everyone's wish, right? No one wants to be a owner, because that is not possible with anyone. Everyone wants at least a job in a company, right? So if you want a software developer, you want to be a software engineer, or you want to be a software analyst, whatever the role you want to get into a software industry, then what should you choose? What are the different companies that are existing? Which company you need to choose? And what are the things that you need to do once you go into a company? What the company is expecting from you? What are the different companies existing in market? How the company is expecting for you? Okay, this is what we're going to see. See, there are two types of companies normally in the market. One is product-based companies and service-based companies. As I already said you, Qualcomm is a company which is a product-based or service-based. Can you tell me? Qualcomm is a product-based company. Why it is product-based company? Why it is a product-based company? It is directly selling some. Yeah, it is manufacturing. It is building their own product. It is creating their own products. It is creating their own application. Product can be anything, software product or a hardware product or any physical existence of the entity is called a product. So you are trying to create a product, right? You are trying to create a product. Okay. You are creating your product for yourself. You're not going to help some company to create a product. If you are trying to help some company to create a product, that is called service-based company. A company that is creating the product for their own sake, for own business, is called a product-based company. Clear, right, everyone? So product-based companies are having huge demand in the market compared to service-based companies. Why? I will say. So what is a product-based company? Product-based companies are the companies that have their own product to sell. Example, Google, Alphabet, Facebook, Adobe. So Google has their own product. What is the Google product? Google Chrome is a product. Google Gmail is a product. Okay, Google Maps. You see, all these are Google products, and it is a B2C company. What is this company? B2C. It is a business to customer company, because customers are directly utilizing the Google company's products. Okay, what are the products of Google? Google Maps, Google Gmail, okay, Google Chrome. All these are products of Google. So Google is a product-based company, and Facebook is a product-based company. You are using Facebook app every day. Adobe is Adobe Reader, Adobe PDF, a lot of things that you use it from Adobe. So Adobe is a product-based company. So there are a lot of product-based companies like Qualcomm, Flipkart, all this, Amazon. Okay, tell me a few. I want to ask you a few product-based companies. I hope everyone understood what is product-based company right now. What is a product-based company, guys?
They actually make different kinds of products which are actually have a huge demand in the market, and also they'll be having separate research and development teams so that they can actually make a different like give products which are actually unique to the market and didn't exist before them.
Yes, yes. Yeah, product-based companies are majorly, you know, those they have their own products, they have their own business scope in the market, they are own making their own products which can directly be sold in the market scope, okay, in the market environment. So which involves multiple, it doesn't involve any stakeholders, it directly involves in moving the product directly to the customer's end, okay, end users are being satisfied, or maybe the business owners are satisfied by their products. So that is all about product-based companies. Product-based companies are those which are creating their own products which make some sense into the market. Service-based companies, all these companies which I'm speaking now, like TCS, Wipro, Capgemini, Cognizant, okay, all these companies are called service-based companies. Okay, what is this called? What is this called, guys? Service-based companies. In our scenario, investors are called product-based, service-based companies. See, who is investing money here? Tell me. Who is investing money? Some third-party person is investing, right? So for the service-based companies, the product-based companies will invest the money. Okay. So this investment is being done by some companies. So, but work is done by this company. Understood, right? You are getting right what I'm saying. Work is done by your service-based companies, but investing is done by product-based companies. So that are called service-based companies. Service-based companies are the companies which doesn't have their own products. They don't have any products. They only give the services to the product-based companies. Understood, right? Got it, right? What I'm saying. They will not have money. They will go and approach some companies. The companies will give you the investment, product-based company. Then these people will develop all the things. These people will do all this process. Okay. Service-based companies, all the MNCs you say, right? TCS, Wipro, Capgemini, Cognizant. Okay. Why I'm saying you have to work in a product-based company, in a big product-based company, than a service-based company is. See, if you see this slide, the slide has Amazon, Flipkart, Visa, Facebook, Flipkart, all these are product-based companies. Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, Wipro, TCS, all these are service-based companies. Service-based companies has a growth stagnant. What is stagnant? So what is a growth? Very limited growth. So product-based companies has a huge growth. The packages of Amazon, all these companies are very huge. See, now I'm actually working for a company called Clarivate Analytics, which was a from Vachusa I moved to Clarivate, which is a huge product-based company. So where you will make difference in the package. So if you go for any small companies, if you go for companies like Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant, they'll give you limited package. They'll have their limited growth. You will not have a customer. I mean, they will not take. What I mean to say is, product-based companies won't take much people. They'll take limited people and they'll keep them for lifelong. They'll keep them for a long term because they have a product which can stay for long years. They have. They don't need to depend on any company to bring the business. If you're getting huge business, you'll get huge profit. If you're not getting business, you'll not get profit. So if you join in a company which is very popular in the market, obviously that company is giving you more profit, right? More business. So product-based companies will hire very few. Service-based companies will hire so many people they will hire, and the growth is not there in service-based companies, but the growth is very huge in the product-based companies. The packages of product-based companies are very huge. Packages of service-based companies are very little. Got it, right? And you have this companies has to depend on these companies to build the products of these companies. Understood, right, everyone? So what these people will do, Infosys will go to the Amazon, say that, sir, we want a project, we want to do your company project. So your Amazon website, whatever the web application you have, will give services to you. So these people will have a MOU between two companies, and then this company will create the whole application of Amazon. I'm just giving you example. It doesn't really happen, but I'm just giving you some of the products of Amazon are being taken from been provided to Infosys. Some of the applications of Flipkart are being done by Accenture. Some of the applications of Visa has been done by some of the companies. So these companies, instead of doing themselves, they'll give you this. They'll ask these companies to work instead of their companies. And these companies will do everything to these companies, and you will be part of this company, not this company. Got it, right? If you are a service-based engineer. But if you directly been hired to this company, they'll give you huge pay. They'll have a huge growth, because when you're bringing the business to this company, they will directly give you money. Instead of giving money to this company, they'll give you money to you directly. Got it right? Understood, right? Everyone is getting right where you want to place. The packages will be very huge. The packages will be very huge. Go and get a very huge companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Okay, try to target to that companies, not for the small companies. All these are so-called names as MNCs. But see, what I mean to say you will have a huge growth in product-based companies. If you are into a service-based company, you will have a little growth. You have to work for years. You will work a lot, so much, but you have to work for years to get a good name and fame in the market and good salary in the market. So this is all about experience we get. Okay, so you need to try for any product-based companies. Work in a product-based company. So see, a person who is having 5 years initial package, when you are into a product-based company, okay, if your package would be around 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs if you are initial, but the same package in the Flipkart would be 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs for a fresher. Okay, for a fresher, I mean saying an average, it can go for 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs as well. Okay, but the highest package in this MNCs, they won't exceed more than 10 lakhs. See, that is the difference, guys. Product-based companies will give you as much they can, if they think that you are capable enough to make some difference in their product. Okay, got it right? These companies won't pay you so much. These companies will give you good life, cool life. But these companies are not going to give you any growth in the company, growth of individuals. These companies are going to give you growth. And see, they equally work. Got it right? They equally work. You will have a lot of work over here and over here, both same. Okay, I want you to target this all product-based companies: Amazon, Flipkart, Google, Facebook, Visa, whatever the company. They pay you huge, boss. They pay you huge. Okay, they pay you huge, and they'll have a huge life. They'll have a cool life. You don't need to, look back again. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Can you able to hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Hello. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. So I want you to say here the service-based companies, comparatively to service-based companies, product-based companies are very huge. Okay. So I don't want to go more detailed into it, because there are a lot of technical terms. If you see, there are a lot of technical terms involved in it. I don't want to go very deep into the picture of what is agile methodologies. Later on, you will get to know all this process. See, if you see my application, there are certain applications. This is called Agile Board. Agile Board is something called, see, there are a lot of stakeholders will come into picture. See, there are a lot of stakeholders. If you see in my company, this is a Clarivate Analytics company, which is a product-based company, this is called a Agile Board, where all your requirements, all the people will come into connect. If you see my chart over here, so there are a lot of people will be coming into picture.
That screen is
So
not
there
visible.
are CIOs.
Sir, you are not presenting.
Sorry. Oh, you're not able to see my screen. Yeah, you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, this is called Agile Board. Agile Board is called Agile methodology. In real time, we follow something called Agile methodology. So everything is called as a story. I don't want to go into details, because see, as you will not understand this. These are all things which are very technical, and people who are into companies, they will understand. So see here, you will say reporter. Who is he? He's a developer. Got it right? He's a back-end developer. He's a front-end developer. So these developers will create like this, and they will try to assign some requirements. The requirements will be given by given by the developers. See, if you see this one, there are a lot of stories. These are called stories. You may not understand this because if you know SDLC life cycle, agile methodology, they say stories, right? These are called stories. So you will get the requirement like this. Got it right? Business analyst will create the requirement. They'll create a requirement. They'll explain what should be there, what has to be there, how should the data should be there, how the data has to be there. So they'll give some approvals. They'll attach some screenshot if there are any. They'll give you some business logics what to be written. So they will give the things to the developers. Now developers will try to create. He's called a product owner. Wacker Current. She is from America. She will be monitoring all the data. So she will be giving it to the developer. Developer will create all these things. They will assign to the test engineers. Test engineers will test it. So there is a process that we follow in companies. There are a lot of stakeholders coming into picture. You have a business owner. You have a business analyst. See, this is the way you get a lot of people will come into contact. See, this is there is he's a lead developer. Okay, he's a lead developer. We try to report to him directly. Okay, we will get a lot of differences. See, if you see him, his name is Per Lian. He's a lead content technology. Okay, he's from private company. So he will have some architecture. You will have architecture in the company. First person is CEO. Can you able to see everyone, guys? He's a CEO of the company. Okay, Chief Executive Officer. Under him, he'll have a lot of people. Like this, the company architecture will look like. Chief Human Resource Officer, President, Science Group, Chief Financial Officer. Getting right? Consultant, global head of legal administration. There are a lot of people in a company. Chief Technology Officer, CTO, we say. Global head sales. Okay, Chief Data Officer. Are you getting what I'm saying, guys? All are Indians, Americans. Everyone will be in the picture. Okay, executive assistant, chief strategy officer, chief marketing officer, all these things are reporting to whom? They are reporting to the CEO is on the top. All these people are reporting to him. Under him, who are there? Under him, suppose this person is there, Perliar. He is a vice president. He's a vice president for this company. So under him, tax director will be there. Okay, vice president will be there, directors will be there. Lot of different content people will be, head of order management people, vice president, manager, credit and collections. So there are a lot of people will be reporting to you. In the company, this is the architecture of the company. See, under him, director tax, okay, senior director tax manager, okay, senior VAT director tax manager. Like this, if you see his architecture, that person, one of my friend architecture. See, I am reporting to her. See, I am reporting to her. She is reporting to him. I am reporting to her. Okay, she is reporting to Khan, QA director. He is reporting to chief data officer. He is reporting to CEO. So from the CEO, the data will be flowing like this. Got it right? A company has a structure like this. Okay, company will have a lot of structure. So you'll have a lot of people involved. Indians, Americans, everyone will be in one picture. This is completely consistent company. Got it right? So there are a lot of she is a product owner. She is a senior product owner. She will have a different architecture. So every company will have different people, and different people have architecture. On top of everyone, the director will be the CEO will be there. Can you see the CEO? CEO. He is reporting to CEO. Who is he? Is a CTO, Chief Technical Officer. Under him, someone called Anthony Lott. He is reporting. He is a VP, Vice President. Under him, Gayo Anu, some American. He is reporting. He is a senior director. Under him, Kazmi Salman. He is a product program director. Then under him, you have so lot of developers. Under him, you will have a lot of people. So like this, the process will be there. Got it right? Like this. The process will be like this. So you will have a proper way where you try to discuss with the developers, with the test engineers, with the stakeholders. All these are stakeholders of the product. Okay, you'll have a demo. You will be directly giving. You will be discussing about your company product, how to develop it, where to develop it, how to create it, how to make the process. Everything, guys. Everything will be there as well. Got it right, everyone? Okay, you got it right. Understood.
Yes, sir.
So everyone understood, right? How to be there. So now the difference of service based and product. This is a product based company because It is not going to give any help. It is having its own product. Okay, it is having its own product. What is our product? We have our own UI page. Okay, we have our own business. We don't need to go and talk with other companies. We have our own business. We create our own requirements. We design our own requirements. We try to share our own requirements to ourselves. We'll create the product. We release to the market. People can use it. So it is a very huge company, but it's one of the biggest MNC in the world. So like this, you need to work in a company that has a lot of business, that can give you good package, that can give you good business, that can give you business means good growth in the company. And you should work like that, guys. You should not be stable to your things. You should learn every time. When you work in a different projects, you will learn everything. You have to learn multiple technologies, learn multiple if you're a developer, I'm saying you, if you don't know to write code, you are not going to live in the market. I mean to say, not in terms of living the life. You're not going to stay long in the market. Got it right? I want everyone to learn coding, write logics, be very specific. Got it right? You need to be very strong in writing the code. Complex logics you need to write. Java, Python, machine learning, data science. Learn all the technologies. Front and back and all the things. That depends when you go for companies, but I want everyone to be very, very strong in coding. If you're not strong in coding, you're not going to live in companies. Companies won't hire you. They'll not give you packages. See, my package is 25 lakhs now per month. I have just 10 years of experience, 25 lakhs. So I get again a stake. I get also a stake of my company to some extent, because see, I have some stocks being provided for my company as part of it. So they'll give you some other package on top of it. So what I mean to say, if you are a developer, if you are a coder, if you know coding, they'll give you a huge package. Okay. So if you are a non-technical person, then you are not expecting much. So either you do a very big MBA in big companies. Elsewhere, you can able to be a very strong developer. Only then you can live in market. Got it right, everyone? What I'm saying, you're getting right. Either you do your MBA from biggest business schools like IIMs and all the big BM schools, B schools. Else, be a strong developer. Only then a software engineer can sustain the market. Otherwise, don't expect packages. Don't live. You cannot live long in the market. You will have a lot of torture, guys. Again, I'm saying this is all personal experience. No one will say you, because when you are into IT, you will get to know all these things. Okay. See,
Sir, learn to code or having programming skills is better. Like, if like we have to
see now you are very freshers. You are very beginners. I want everyone to start learning code, Java, Python, whatever the language you can learn, you learn it. Okay.
Sir,
you should be very strong in writing logics.
Yes, sir. So you mean that actually instead of writing a simple piece of code given to the like specific software, like specific
Yes,
requirement,
yes.
you need us
Yes.
to learn how to make the requirement.
Logics. Learn logics, not just mug up the code and write in exam. Okay.
Yes.
That is what basically, see, I did my BTech from NIT Trichy and MTech from IT Madras. What we learned in that is how to write our own code. We never mug up anywhere, because they will not teach us to mug up code. They teach us to write your own logics. Own logics is important. Okay. See, whichever the college, my friend is from a very local college in India, in Hyderabad itself. Okay. His package is more than me. He has less experience than me. He's very good coder. No matter which college you are from, which area you have studied, or which branch you studied. If you are very strong in coding, no one cares about it. Got it right? They'll give you as much you can. As much as you can. Got it right? You need to be strong. Only the companies need someone who is capable enough to make it. They will not see your background. They will not see your college, company. Nothing works in IT. Once you come into IT, no percentage. If you get even 60%, no one cares. They want only your logics. They want only your things. But everyone should get minimum 75% in order to get a job in MNCs. I request everyone to do in that way, because 75% is a threshold when you come out of in market. At least 75% they're expecting, product-based companies are expecting. So try to do get at least 75%. Okay, minimum percentage. People who are getting 80, that's well and good. 80 and above. At 70-75%, I recommend everyone to have that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Any questions for me? Now I open up a forum to ask.
Sir. Sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir.
Please tell your name. Hello.
Excuse me, sir.
Who is
Sir,
this?
this is Anish, sir. This is
Yeah.
Anish.
And which
from
year
IT,
you are
sir.
studying in?
First year, second year, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, so if I want to make a product which is only being used in a particular period of time, like let's say a product is made which is useful in a particular season or a particular time of the day, like only at nights or only at a particular season. Like if I want to make an app which is useful in rainy season, then how to increase the scope of that product, sir? Like how to raise it in the market if I want to make something like that? If I have an idea.
You need to make the difference. You need to make the difference. You need to say why this product will, why this market will make some difference. There are a lot of products. They'll ask you why you want to build a product which has only limited scope. You need to have an answer for that. That is up to you, right? You have an idea. You want to build an idea. You need to have a justification of that idea. Got it, right? You need to have a proper justification of that idea. Why you want to make that product? What is that product make to giving you? What is the product that gives difference? Okay. What is the
Yes, sir.
product that you are trying to build? How it is going to help the customers? How you are making profit? A lot of things comes into picture.
Yes, sir.
Yes, final years and third years. I expect some questions from you people because you are the ones who are going to go and you are already into product development. Some of you.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Aditya from final year of CSE. So
Okay.
I'd like to ask this question that actually I'm into Cognizant. Like I've joined Cognizant, so it's not a service-based company. It's a service-based company right now. So
Yes.
after working for 2 years or 3 years, like having worked on good projects and all those stuff, like having some personal own projects, having some working on some freelance projects and all those stuff. So when I can when I apply for product-based companies, for example, you take it as a Microsoft or Google, anything else. So what kind of skills they acquire, they look in us?
They expect logical skills. So logical skills comes in algorithms, data structures. Because see, Amazon is completely working on data structures. Amazon, see, you have a lot of your phone numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're ordering. Suppose there are thousands of people ordering the products on Amazon website. So they want to keep all that hundreds of products, okay, in a sequence of one after other. So you need to have algorithms. You need to write algorithms such a way whatever the product that comes first, that has to move. In the RIC inventory. It should be moving first. So you need to be very logical in writing the algorithms. So they expect you, all the MNCs, all the product-based companies expect you to write the logics with the algorithms, data structures, and core technological things. Because I did even crack the Microsoft interview. They are expecting more on the logical concerns. What I mean exactly here is you need to be strong in algorithms, object-oriented programming concepts. You need to be very strong in implementation logics, data structures, okay, complex, and very core technology. You should be very strong writing the logics and writing the subject. So data structures, algorithms, okay, writing core technology is more important. Core technology means maybe C, C++, Java, Python, whatever the language you choose. You should be very strong in that logical implementation.
Sir, I do have another question. Like, I'm into a specific domain. For example, say it as in web services like cloud computing or machine learning, anything. So I'm very keenly interested in a specific field. Like, example, it's a cloud computing. So I'm very interested in cloud computing, and I want to get into a company like Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform or Amazon Web Services. So what kind of skills do they see?
You need to know Azure DevOps. You need to know the deployment process, how the storage of data has to be working. Okay, you need to know how the data is being stored in multiple structural formats. How do you accumulate the data in a huge global when it is Amazon specifically, Amazon Web Services, cloud? How do you create instances of EC2? There are a lot of technical terms. I don't want to go very deep into that technical term, but yeah, I give you a suggestion that you need to learn Amazon Web Services, integration with DevOps, deployments in real time, so that you can
Yes.
understand how the companies are working on top of your using these cloud technologies.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, ma. Any more questions? Is there anyone else who wants to ask any questions? Okay. Priyanka, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, shall we wind up, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, from the students, do you want to give any feedback? How did you like the session? Is there anyone who want to speak about the session?
See, a small announcement for the students who or the participants for the webinar. So probably on Monday I will be sending a feedback like to your registered email ID. Okay, so I request everyone to fill that feedback form so that you can get your certificates for this webinar. Do you have any queries regarding this?
No, ma'am.
Anyone? Any queries? Haripriyanka ma'am, are you there? Okay, we'll wind up the session. I thank Mr. Nikhil Raj sir for giving a valuable webinar, which is very informative to the students who are from the third year and second year. Thank you, sir. So anyone from the students want to speak anything regarding the webinar? Students or faculty, anyone? Okay, sir. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar. So we'll be winding up. Thank you,
Equally
everyone.
pleasure to thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sorry I suddenly got disconnected due to some problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank for
Yeah.
inviting me for the session. Equally
Thank
pleasure
you.
to me to have you all in the call in the meeting.
Our pleasure, sir. Thank you.